today we are out here in Acampo, California to document a haunting and some activity for a really sweet family. Just a really lovely space, lovely home. Their energy is great. Their vibration is wonderful. They're really sweet people, and I can tell they just want to enjoy their home. They don't want to be in a space and feel skeeved out. One claim we have been told about is that the dog has been affected, and that for us here at S.P.I.R.I.T is not okay. We don't like it when the fur babies get affected. That's just totally unacceptable for us. But also the humans, that we want them to be happy, we want them to be safe, want them to feel comfortable. It's a lovely country setting. It's really nice out here. It's just really an enjoyable location. But I'm feeling a few different things go on in this home already, and I'm trying to kind of just take it bit by bit. There feels like there's a male energy that came. I wanted to assume it came from the freeway, but I'm feeling it's coming from back there somewhere, and I have to kind of figure out why. Something back that way is drawing my attention.
Like from the backyard?
Yeah, and even past that. And I believe we do have a sensitive in the family, so I feel that there's some psychokinetic energy happening in this space as well. So I think there's a multi-layer issue occurring here that we sort of need to get to the bottom of and resolve it so they can feel more in charge of their home and actually get to love their space. And I look forward to being able to help them. We're going to go through the whole gambit. We're going to document meters, try to just figure out who and what it is, and my favorite part, the blessing. So we're looking forward to this. If you guys just come along with the adventure, we'll see what we feel.
Very well.
Whoa.
What's that?
Whoa.
That's not right. It's a jolting in here.
Yeah.
There's a jolt in here. There is something odd back there. I don't know what that is, but there's something energetically wrong back there. It does not settle well with me.
There's a guy with pigeons. There's a lot of pigeons. There's a lot of pigeons.
Well, maybe his energy's weird, but there's something that way that doesn't feel right. And I'm not sure how to quantify that. I feel my ears feel very full. They feel heavy. I feel my head feels heavy. My ears feel heavy. I feel almost like sinusy, and it's not. I don't feel like I breathe too good, and I feel like I have trouble sleeping, and I can't breathe right. I can't breathe right. I'm congested. I feel very in the throat. Really locked up in the throat. In here. Yeah, it's not quite. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, I can't. When I come in here, it's not comfortable.
Okay.
When I come in,
But what you're feeling is hot every day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well, yeah. little pluggy. Yeah, it's not the most enjoyable feeling, and I don't know what it's coming from. I don't know if it's just like environmental because it's out the country or what it is, but
That's what I thought it was.
it's very, because I will feel the living energy in a space just as palpably. That human energy, it's bombarding. The human energy out there, just, it feels like it flows in.
That is weird.
You seem like you're more a heavy sleeper. Like, I feel like almost dead to the world sometimes.
I can be,
Yeah.
but I can be a light sleeper a lot also.
You're just very flexible. I just feel like you sleep better than she does, like far better than she does. Like you have more solid hours, more comfortable hours, and hers are more up and down, up and down, up and down. Like you have at least a consistent stretch of where you're getting more time unconscious than she is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you'd like it to just be balanced.
Yeah.
Huh. I feel like stuff moves in there. Like I hear noises in here. There's something that moves. What is that? Why are you moving? Why are you moving? It feels a little, Yeah.
A little swirly.
I feel a little dizzy in here, to be
Yeah.
honest. A little vertigo.
A little vertigo-y.
And like stuff moves. You have any weird phenomena in there?
I tell her all the time, I have to turn all the lights on when I come into this room. I
The
can't.
whole damn room doesn't
yeah,
feel right.
No.
Yeah.
No. Like, I can't come in here.
That's too bad.
Well, I'll have to point out too that I have a lot of bad dreams,
Oh.
like continuously.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And, you know, she wakes me up a lot because I'm screaming or
Oh,
yelling
no.
at something.
Oh, no.
So, and I can't think of any other time in my life where I've ever had any of that.
Oh.
Something's definitely not right here.
That's for sure.
This room is very unbalanced.
Yeah.
Something feels really. There's something about the whole space that just isn't quite right. And I keep having the ear ringing, like loud ear, almost deafening ear ringing in here. For me, that's usually high activity of some kind, some energetic activity.
Yep.
You feel closet.
No closet.
The closet.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure. This is not right. Almost like electric on the skin.
Oh.
I feel like I'm getting in an elevator. I'm like,
Oh, you're feeling the...
I feel sinking. I feel like I'm
Not
sinking.
not a portal.
I don't know if it's necessarily portally. I'd like to measure it with some meters,
We shall.
but it's I feel like I'm
That's so funny.
sinking.
Sinking feeling.
Because you're saying everything I tell her all the time. That's funny.
Oh, validating.
yeah. So.
That's good. I don't know why I feel like I'm sinking. I feel like something should be buried under me,
Uh-oh.
but I don't know what.
Oh.
I'm not sure what. Maybe animals. I don't know.
She feels a lot of things. She does. I don't really feel anything, but I can sense the negative energies
Yeah.
that happen between us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, and it comes to the point where you can't necessarily ignore that. You're
Yeah.
just like, what the hell is going on? And really, none of you guys are imagining it. None of you guys are. It's none of your fault. It's just something is going on that isn't right.
That's
And
what we keep saying.
yeah,
I've had enough.
Yep.
it's that house right there bothers me.
The one right behind the shed there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something's going on there. No doubt.
It's not right. It feels like leaky energy, really leaky energy. I don't. Yeah, there's just like a lot of sadness, a lot of pain, a lot of fighting, a lot of turmoil.
She fought a lot with the guy who lived here
Well, I was
before
going to
us.
say, the
Oh.
owner of the property,
Huh.
her husband worked with him, and he wasn't a nice guy. So I don't know if that has anything.
Is he
And her
still
brother
living?
lives here.
He is, yeah.
Oh.
And his living energy is leaking. First of all, and
Yeah.
then we'll deal with the rest. Oh yeah, a lot of the beginning of this is a very abstract experience for everyone. I'm just feeling your energy of the
Right.
space, you know. And I see somebody here, but I'm tearing things. I feel like I'm tearing something. I have this, I'm ripping something apart. And maybe it's almost an emotional ripping apart. Like I'm ripping, there's ripping, but I'm ripping and I'm ripping. There's this moment of like pure devastation. The emotion that's circling down into the floor is the... What the heck? I think it's a rock. I don't know. It's right. Oh no, bobby pin.
Oh.
Okay then. Oh, I'm like, did I lose a rock? Oh god.
Were you startled by a stick?
I was. I get startled easily.
That was awesome. I got all that on film too. I love it.
I didn't know what it was. I had to identify.
Blooper reel.
Scare the empath, please. Okay, now I can be calm. Yeah, so I am feeling some massive devastation and pain in this space. I'm feeling heartbroken and devastated sitting in this space, and I feel like I'm just, and I keep seeing a lot of tears, and tearing through things, and I don't know what it is that I'm tearing apart. So, would you like to kill what am I experiencing here? Why am I feeling all of this?
I sleep in here right now,
Okay.
and I'm going through like a relationship thing. Maybe that could be it. But I haven't really been too emotional on that I've been aware of too much.
But Cody was in this room before.
Yeah, I don't know.
If there's multiple people that have used this room, and maybe there's been some heartbreak or some problems that they've been going through while they've been occupying this space, that all will bleed into the space. That will all implant into the space. And just because you're not externally dealing with all the emotions or having an external reaction, your internal turmoil could leak into the space.
I could see that. Yeah.
Because you're not speaking about it, you're not emoting it, you're not dealing with it.
Yeah.
Therefore, what happens with emotions you don't deal with? They manifest into psychokinetic energy into the house.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the emotions. Because they can have very impactful effects on the space.
Yeah.
So consider feeling some of the feelings, talking about some of the feelings, working through some of the emotions, because they're having more of an impact on the space than you realize. I feel nothing but sadness in this space. It just feels sad to me.
This is the sad room.
And it needs to feel love, because you actually have a lot of light to you. You have a lot of positive energy that's really sweet and, caring, and this, like, you do anything for anybody, and like you're a real, like, I'm gonna help. You have this very healer vibe about you. Like, I want to help everybody. I want to love. I want to squeeze. I want to do everything for everybody. And you have this level of generosity that is so beautiful and underappreciated by a lot of people. So I'd like your positivity to shine through more than the pain. So we need to balance you out.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do that.
Why are you crying?
I've made Mama cry. How long is that?
Half an hour.
You feel watched in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I feel a little creepery.
A little,
Like,
Yeah, I've had to leave because I have only been here a few weeks, but there's been a time where that used to be a workout room. I was working out in there, and I felt someone was watching me. You know how that feels. And so I came out here, and I had all the lights on. I had turned on all these lights, and I was out here, and it got so intense that I had to leave. I had to leave, drove, and I called her and I said, all your lights are on, because I don't know, I just trying to get that comfort of like not watching me, and then so I had them all on, and I just left. I couldn't even handle it anymore. It drove me out of there, and I was out here, and I was like, nope, I just left.
wow.
So.
yeah, it seems that you are a bit of a beacon to the other side. I'm sorry.
I
apologize for that. That's kind
Yeah.
of that's something I can't take away from you.
Yeah.
But we can really try to turn it down in some way, shape, or form. I have a few suggestions of how we can manage that, but man, you stand out to the other side like a sore thumb. I mean,
I've felt that. I've had things happen like in the past too, where I've had my head physically squeezed and stuff. Like yeah.
my feeling is that you're probably definitely empathic, and there's some mediumship that's dormant. So I'm in this space, and I feel more movement. I feel more movement in this space. It's not. God, it's real weird. It's like like sludge. Energetic sludge. But I feel a distinct dead male too. I feel a dead male energy that just feels almost perverse and abusive, very abusive.
You can almost see it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. And I feel like you'd hear a lot of stuff in here too.
I heard something mimic her voice twice in here. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, swell.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, because it was, I came in here washing my car and I was cleaning out the sponge and it did her laugh. And I turned around expecting her to be in here and she wasn't in here. And then another time it was like, hey, and I was like, what? And she was not in here again. 2 separate times.
Well, isn't that joyful?
Mimic.
Just enough to creep you out. God. It's almost dodging me too. I almost don't think this thing I don't think it's gonna interact with me on an intelligent level. Like I think it just wants, like I'm gonna try, but I think it just wants to have control, it wants to have domination. This is a very dominating, perverted,
Nasty.
skeevy, angry, abusive energy.
So it's a male for sure.
Yeah.
This is what I
Oh,
feel.
yeah.
Well, as far as the one that's causing a lot of the problems, along with there's a little bit of psychokinetic issues, which are affecting some of the environmental things. You're gonna get some stuff in this space that is happening because of the PK. Some of the sounds and some of the feelings are psychokinetic. They're coming out of your grief and your anger and some of your emotions.
We've had this going on for a while, since I moved in here.
But it's been at other places too though, so that
Yeah.
could probably be
Some
my
of
fault.
that stuff is yours, but this male energy here, that is where I think I'm the most worried, quite
Yeah.
frankly. A little meditation and a couple of crystals and you're probably good to go.
Yeah.
And that will calm down that part of the activity. But this male energy,
Is bad.
When I lived in a townhouse years ago when she was just born, and I had, I believe it was an incubus.
oh good.
It happened to me twice, and I was in a very bad marriage, and
You're vulnerable time, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
those types of entities,
I can hang
also we
on.
found out that the people behind our townhouse were doing seances.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, goody.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so we
special.
had so
Helpful.
it attacked me twice, and my ex-husband was just horrible, and I screamed, and he just slammed his hand into my mouth, and it
Oh my
made
God.
my mouth bleed, and it happened to me twice, and did it to me twice, and slammed me. What are you doing in your sleep? You look like you're having a good time, and when I woke up screaming, it went through the wall above me when I was in bed. It just like screamed at me. I can remember it like it was yesterday,
Oh, gosh.
what it looked like.
But it's been a long time since you've had one of those encounters.
That was, how old are you?
25.
25 years ago.
If it gets you once, my feeling, I don't think something like that would linger that long dormant and then come back.
So,
They've been known to,
Yeah, I mean they can, but God,
but usually not.
if you're not having any of those type of encounters now.
No. But I did one night,
see, I'm having it.
yeah, now he's having that kind of thing.
But the succubi version.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Oh damn.
That was
Damn.
only once or twice. I remember the rest of them are just
Nightmares.
like a demonic nightmare. There's definitely spirits
Mhm.
that are, harassing me, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, one night I was sleeping and I had leaned my leg on him, and I guess he was facing the wall. He sleeps on this side of the bed, I sleep on the other. And I had my leg leaning on him, and something just pushed my leg off. And I go, man, your hands are ice cold. And he goes, what? My hands are over here. And he was facing the closet. So I felt
Yeah, no wonder it
that.
feels so tumultuous in there and like not right. That explains a lot of why I feel heavily uncomfortable in that room.
That's, yeah.
Because it just,
Well, along
Too much.
along some of the other stuff that's happening is the door handle. When I was sleeping and she was in here, the door handle rattled and then opened. She physically saw it open. The door swing open real slow. She thought
Oh,
I was
jeez.
getting up and I was still asleep.
Extra creepy.
And I wasn't here at that time, so.
no, that sounds more like a dark entity. May not necessarily even be demonic, or could be, but it might be what we call a wannabe, and they're trying to gain power to be darker by taking energy from you guys. Any one of you. And if it's targeting on you, maybe you have the most energy, so it's trying to suck and siphon from you. And then if it's done with you, then maybe it'll move to somebody else, or it'll switch around. But again, this energy, it feels male. It feels skeezy, sleazy, perverted,
Just awful.
dark. So that would fit the description
Yeah.
of something that either could be an incubi or succubi. They can change form anytime, any way they want. They
Been
could
known to,
They
yeah.
could be one or the other, or just whatever it needs to be to fit its needs. If it just feels like scaring you and giving you nightmares, and then getting energy from you because the nightmare is fearful, it's food. It's hometown buffet. Oh, the nightmare, made him uncomfortable. Let's siphon some of that and get some food out of that. Oh, you felt really watched and creeped out. Good. Let's get some energy from that. Yeah, it's all about siphoning from you so it can grow and stronger and stronger and stronger to where it could start to get really dangerous. So we do have to obviously be mindful of how we interact with it, how much attention we really give it. I don't like to give these type of entities too much power or that much credence. I more or less like to kick them out.
Just remove them.
I enjoy that part. But to do due diligence, I think we should do some documentation to see if there are certain areas of the house that are triggering anything, any of the meters, if there's any actual portal, anything like that stands out to us. I think that it would be good to get a solid answer, because everything in this house just feels imbalanced, and I feel a very perverted energy of like a creeper male, and it does not feel good. It does not feel right.
That's for sure.
And makes me a little agitated and like a little heart race,
I'm
Yeah.
having anxiety. It's funny you said that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm feeling a little palpitation from
Yeah,
it. And maybe I'm just
got
feeling your energy.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to
Check the heart rate.
I'm curious what your idea is on this. So I'm not a skeptic. I do believe these things exist.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of a debunker, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And
So are we.
So are we.
I've had in the past where I've actually gotten mad at something that was pulling on my blankets. That was something in the past, and I actually got mad and kicked and got angry. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, and I never had a problem after that. So I'm thinking, is it coming after me in my dreams because I can't?
Yes.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
That would be why. Now, the thing, even when I tell people to cleanse their own homes or to bless their own space, I say to go at it with just like an authoritative nature, but no fear, no anger, none of that. Like a parent thing, setting the boundaries. This would still be true even if it's a dark entity. If you give it anger or fear, that's food. It's okay if you got a little cocky with it and said, no, get that bleep away, that's
And
fine.
that's what I said. The TV, and then the TV was going off and on, and I unplugged it, and then fell asleep, and then all of a sudden the blankets were being yanked off, and I kind of just kicked and said, "Leave
Cut
the-"
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's okay.
I never had a problem.
And
with
that,
that.
because it's more of just like you're being assertive and like, bleep you, we're not doing this. That level of assertiveness I think is acceptable. If you just sit there and rage through the house and screaming and yelling at it,
That's gonna feel-
or getting really fearful and crying and screaming about it, either one of those.
And you shouldn't challenge it.
No, you shouldn't challenge it.
Yeah, don't
and-
provoke.
Yeah, no provoking and no excessive anger and no excessive fear. And that sort of authoritative, assertive, almost parental, controlling kind of boundary setting, that is the energy that you want to deal with an errant energy, because it doesn't really give them any food. It shows them you're empowered, you're in charge.
You're
you
not
can take-
afraid.
Yeah, you're not afraid.
And it
you can take
diffuses
control.
them.
Precisely. So my thought is, you guys have an interesting pantheon of things happening in this space. You've got an empath, you've got a dark entity, you've got sludge energy leaking over, which could be feeding the dark entity. That makes me curious.
Oh.
She got attacked before she lived here, though, and but there's something about there's some weird connection that I'm curious about. There's something going
It'll
on.
just simply be a source of negative energy for it.
Yeah, maybe it's just food.
Yeah.
Oh, he's food.
Ah.
Well, if I kick it out, I wonder where it's gonna go.
Right. One guess.
Oh, boy.
Go back home.
Yeah, really.
You can't. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Exactly.
So we're going to have to determine the different layers and kind of break it apart bit by bit, so you guys have a management schedule for things. We'll do a heavy cleansing, which should put a good boundary in place. Also, I want to kind of teach you guys to do things before you go to bed to protect yourself and put yourself in a bubble. So maybe the nightmares will slow down and that type of stuff, and it'll keep you a little bit more centered and protected. some meditation to manage the abilities. But incubi and succubi, they need to be invited. And they'll trick you in your dreams to be invited. So that's why kind of imagining a big giant bubble over you before you go to bed is helpful. So it doesn't have that opportunity to take advantage. And then also give you guys some information about how to just smudge once in a while, bless once in a while, protect yourselves once, just clear out energy. Because that's a lot of things happening at once in this space. The entity can be removed today, but you guys will be in charge of the space thereafter to prevent re-entry or a new entity or any of other type of flare-ups due to, PK ability and that kind of stuff. We'll try to seal that guy's energy out of the space as well so it doesn't leak into your home, so you can actually enjoy your space. But it is about being empowered and in control. We can press reset, but if you guys don't keep the boundaries up and don't keep yourself mindful of your own energy, that kind of stuff can undo it. And obviously, no seances.
Yeah, no Ouija boards.
No Ouija boards, no seances, none of that. Don't do anything. Please, God, don't do that. Because some people do undo our cleansings accidentally by very irresponsible means, not knowing what they're doing.
Okay, let's go.
No.
Many years ago, I don't know how far this stuff goes back, but me and a friend did use a Ouija board.
Okay, that's typical of childhood.
And I got angry at it because it was saying some bad things.
Yep.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
Some personal things.
As they do.
They manipulate
so I burned
you.
it.
Oh, God.
I didn't.
Oh dear.
I didn't realize that you're supposed to say bye also.
Well, you're supposed to say goodbye, and you don't burn them. You either bury them on hollowed ground, or you drown them in running water like a river, or.
It's not the end of the world. I did all of the above when I was in high school.
And he had negative
I
energy.
only had an attachment for 10 years after that.
Only 10 years.
So it is a recoverable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that really has anything to do with what is happening now,
No.
thankfully.
Yeah.
But there is something that's after you guys. There is something that wants to be in charge here. I'd like to give you guys back the power of your own space because I believe that you deserve it. And I know that it's a little intimidating and I know that it's a little bit scary, but you guys have the ability to take control, and we can help facilitate that. We can help you get back in the saddle, as it were, and be more in charge. Because I feel like there's some positive energy that's trying to leak through, but I can barely hear them.
Yeah.
They're like 1,000 miles away. They're loving, they're sweet. There's this old lady that's so sweet and so just, doting and spoiling and kind and just, she wants to squeeze her little cheeks. And I really like her, but she's 1,000,000 miles away. I can't really see her. I can't really
That
connect
yicky
with-
thing is keeping everybody away.
It's like a film. It's like a film on the space, and I can feel this really sweet gal that wants to come forward. Can't really connect to her right now. Maybe later on, as I move through the energy and push some of it out, maybe she can come forward a little bit more. She's also bringing forward a taller man with her. So they're coming together, but they won't come all the way to me.
Because of that guy.
Because of the thing. So I want to work with them a little bit. I want to work with them a little bit.
Let's bust out the meters and see
I'll
what
get
we
rid
can...
of the jerk if you guys, we'll negotiate.